What is something more traumatizing than people realize? Caring for a parent suffering from dementia. Dementia is a tough one. Caring for someone else in general is extremely taxing. It's like caring for a child, but they have all the adult responsibilities you need to take care of as well. And there's no relief of them growing and learning, only dying, which will hit at any time. So, any given day, you're dealing with the impending death of a loved one. It's a level of stress unlike any other I've experienced. That's exactly how I feel. My mom died from dementia 3 years ago. She didn't know who I was for the last 18 months of her life, which was sometimes better, because she thought I was there as a nurse or a maid, and therefore was polite and cordial. When she knew I was her daughter, she resented my being in her house and taking away her ability to control everything. Now I'm a caregiver to my dad. I hate it. I recognize I don't have it as bad as some, since right now he's mostly able to take care of himself physically, however he will eventually decline. I'm scared I might have to quit my job to care for him. Then I could be facing the situation of trying to start over in the workforce at 50 years old. I never wanted kids, and I'm not the nurturing type. I resent that he expects me to handle all these responsibilities, but have no say in any decisions that he makes. I hate that I have no time to myself because I'm constantly listening out for him. I hate that when he worked, he got to come home and relax at the end of the day. Whereas I have a vagina, and I'm expected to cook dinner and wash dishes and clean up whatever mess he's made. He's never thrown anything away, and it's a nightmare trying to clean when there's a junk pile in the resurface. My mom was a narcissist and my dad was her yes man, so my childhood was not great. I couldn't stand my mother, and after realizing my father was complicit in my abuse, I don't love him either. People talk about it being a horror to care for their parents, but to me it feels like a jail sentence. Only I don't know when I'll be paroled. Living with an infestation. My wife had the hardest time after we had a mouse infestation at our old house. So many of her personal, sentimental items were destroyed by them, including photos and other items that had been handed down. My safe place wasn't safe. This is exactly how I've felt when I got sugar ants in my bathroom. I'm ADHD, and a warm bath or holding myself up in my bathroom in general is my safe space, where I retreat to when I need to decompress. It's a small room that can't get too cluttered, and I can literally lock everyone else out when I don't want to interact. My bedroom door doesn't lock and I still live at home. At times when the ants are active, they seem to come out of everywhere. My bathtub faucet, near the wall-mounted soap dish, the edge of the bathtub from under the track with the sliding glass doors, my sink faucet, from under the bottom edge of the cabinets, from the corner to the tub on the floor. I found that this home defense spray is magical in how effective it is, but when the ants weren't under control, I could never relax while lounging in the tub. I felt it impact my mental health, not getting that full recharge time. I was paranoid about an ant crawling into one of my ears or something. I'm pretty sure I got bitten a few times too, because I feel like a tiny pinch. Go touch it and find an ant on me. I swear those fuckers can teleport or something. I found one on my knee with no sense of how it got there. I almost swear I saw three appear right before my eyes out of nothing on the bathroom floor. I'm only half kidding about the teleporting. It's crazy. What really sucks though is that if the room is untreated with spray and they're bad, if I leave even an empty food bowl that I rinsed after using it on my bathroom counter and walk away, it'll be covered in ants when I return. They've gotten into and eaten my bag of Ricola cough drops too. They've ruined the whole bag each time because they got inside the individually wrapped drops. Anyway, I feel validated by people's comments here. I thought I was just being uniquely neurotic about the ads. I hope I never experience bed bugs. Those would be even worse than bathroom ants. 2 words. Bed bugs. These fuckers will have you so paranoid of just living. You'll be checking every nook and cranny. Having bed bugs was the day I realized they don't just like beds and how much of a pain in the ass they were. Constantly waking up and feeling like one's biting you, then when you bring in an exterminator, the paranoia still lingers. I still remember not letting a single friend empty anything out of their rubbish before I gave them the okay that the hotel room didn't have any bed bugs. Fuck them to bloody hell. I lived with bed bugs for about 8 years when I was young with my grandparents. Grandpa refused to do anything about it and just lived with it, but Grandma and I tried like hell to get rid of them. They were literally everywhere. I had to get rid of a favorite pair of headphones because they had buried inside them and bit my ears. In my books, my laptop, my phone, everywhere you can imagine. I had actual PTSD from it. Shivers down my spine just finding them in my headphones. Happy you got out of that place. Yes, I know that feeling. I'll never forget it. I remember one night I was sleeping and woke up to the feeling of something crawling on my face. I got up, turned on the light, flipped over my pillow, and there were hundreds of them crawling right underneath where my head just was. It was like something out of a horror movie. Then I kept finding them in weird ass places. My notebooks, my laptop, electrical outlets. Even after 2 rounds of treatments, I couldn't sleep for the night. It was very horrifying. Being around people that criticize everything you did. My boss at my new job wants me to be confident on my own in his store. First day, he stayed nearby in the store and started slowly leaving me to work on things by myself. He reminds me all the time that he's only a phone call away if I need anything. Today, after almost 2 weeks of being there, he said, "I'll be right back," and disappeared for 3 hours. I only made one mistake, big oopsie, but he assured me he wasn't mad and explained how to fix it in the future. I did also find out that the store phone is linked to his phone, and after I was hesitant to answer the phone on my first day, he takes all the calls for me. He's like a very supportive dad. Congratulations, there are supportive bosses out there. I'm so glad you were able to find one. I used to hide in the bathroom as a child just to get a break from my mother's relentless scrutiny. I moved away for college and never moved back after graduation, which made her sad. She doesn't understand a relationship is so much better with 350 miles between us. If she can't see me, she can't find much to criticize, and I've learned not to offer up things she would pick at in conversation. We might as well be siblings because same. As a kid, if I wanted to do anything, I always did it when my mom was away from home or in the room to avoid scrutiny. My mother is the same. I dared mention I brought home some necessary home items due to roommates moving out. Are you sure that's safe? Can you afford it? If it was just that in a vacuum, that would be fine, but it's everything. I bought holiday candy for my roommates for me to share. My mother, she was just going on a food binge, gaining weight again, sight unseen, just using me bringing up a package of Easter candy to claim it. Every single thing I do, even if I mention it over the phone, is a mistake of evidence of failure. It was infinitely worse in person. I feel you. I used to hide in the bathroom. One moment I recall was one of many times my dad was quote-unquote teaching me how to do math, and he was screaming at me awfully cruel things whenever I would make a mistake but wouldn't know how to respond to some question he asked. I was so scared, so it was hard to focus on anything with him throwing stuff around, screaming how stupid and useless I am. I'd hide in the bathroom afterwards and practice on my own while crying and doing self-harm. I also moved away and never moved back. I don't visit anymore either. They visit me about once a month for a few hours, like you said, that's pretty much the only way to have a good relationship with my parents. I'm doing pretty well career-wise. I'm on meds now, but I'm not really happy or well internally. Not everyone should have kids. Final topic for today: having parents with mental health issues. This 100%. My mom was so deep in depression most of my elementary and middle school years, I had to completely take care of myself and her. I'm 39 now and still vividly remember counting out change from our change jar when I was maybe 7 or 8 to buy school lunch because she stayed in bed 24/7. I started with quarters first, then when those ran out to dimes, then nickels, and eventually started bringing $2 in pennies to school daily for lunch. And when change ran out, I just didn't get lunch that day. She was always in bed, leaving me to figure everything out myself. When I was in first grade, the class wrote letters to Santa. I asked for food, money, and clothes because I was taking care of myself and didn't have any of those things, and I didn't know else how to get them if Santa didn't bring them. 30 plus years later, I'll never forget how much her mental health affected my entire childhood. And your letter didn't ring any alarm bells for your teacher? Hard educator responsibilities fail. Also, I'm so sorry you suffered through that all your young years. That must have sucked and been so lonely. My mom recently got diagnosed with BPD. On the one hand, it has explained so much, and on the other, I'm so over it. There are days where I almost forget because she seems so calm and like herself, then something will set her off, big or small. I feel like I'm a little kid dealing with it all over again. I remember feeling like this when my dad first got diagnosed with BPD. It took time for him to find the right medication. When he did it, it was miraculous. I really hope your mom takes the diagnosis seriously and finds the right medication. It can do wonders. I wrote a very long response explaining my journey. Having dealt with it from childhood to me being middle-aged, I deleted it as it felt personal and venting, but this really hit home to me. Parental mental health issues definitely take a toll on the family. Kids may seem resilient, but they have just developed armor to protect them from the issues. They aren't coping or dealing with the problem, just hiding from it or pretending it doesn't exist. It's really fucked up. Yes, kids aren't resilient. They're blank slates who are absorbing whatever is happening around them as quote unquote normal because they have nothing to compare it to. They then build up unhealthy coping mechanisms for daily life because if it were too overwhelming for an adult who has the choice to leave, it is a 100 times system overload for the children. What I hate the most is that nobody intervened or said anything. Neighbors, family friends, family school, any service to the government, you're really on your own out here as a child. Yep, I never really acknowledged the impact on me when I was a kid. I didn't want to add to the pressure and how I felt, no comparison to what my mom was going through. So you just end up saying you're okay and bottling it up, having guilt for and feeling guilt for having emotions. I'm in a better place now, but that pain never goes away. Thank you all for watching. I've been trying something new lately, and I just got a new microphone. Sick. So, hey, we'll bring back Reddit videos. Woohoo! Alright, see y'all later.